Good evening and welcome to Story Time with Uncle Sampire. Tonight we have a nuanced tale about the United States' various military interventions, invasions and occupations in countries around the world. I call it advancing democracy.
Once upon a time, after the end of World War II, with the defeat of Nazi Germany by the Soviet Union along with Allies and the United States defeating Japan with the use of nuclear weapons, the United States occupied West Germany from 1945 to 1955 and occupied Japan from 1945 to 1952, overseeing their reconstruction and democratization. The United States has continued to be involved in various military interventions, invasions and occupations in several countries around the world. These are just a few examples of military interventions or invasions conducted by the U.S. in different parts of the world. The U.S. has continued to occupy South Korea since the end of the Korean War in 1953. While South Korea is a sovereign nation, the presence of U.S. forces is part of a mutual defense treaty and aims to deter aggression from North Korea. While not typically referred to as an invasion, the U.S. military involvement in Vietnam in November 1965 is often viewed as an intervention or conflict. The war was fought primarily to prevent the spread of communism in Southeast Asia but ultimately ended in defeat for the United States and the reunification of Vietnam under communist rule. Operation Urgent Fury in October 1983, a military intervention in Grenada, a Caribbean island nation. The invasion was launched in response to political instability and concerns about the safety of American citizens on the island. Operation Just Cause in December 1989, a military invasion of Panama aimed at ousting dictator Manuel Noriega and restoring democracy. The invasion resulted in the capture of Noriega and the establishment of a democratic government in Panama. The Iraq invasion in March 2003, under the pretext of eliminating weapons of mass destruction and ousting Saddam Hussein's regime. However, subsequent investigations found no evidence of WMDs. The invasion was never authorized by the United Nations Security Council and the U.S. continues to illegally occupy territory. Operation Enduring Freedom in October 2001, invading Afghanistan, with the goal of ousting the Taliban regime and dismantling al-Qaeda. The invasion ultimately ended in defeat for the United States returning control to the Taliban. Since 2002, the U.S. has maintained a military detention center at Guantanamo Bay Naval Base in Cuba. The detention center has been used to hold individuals suspected of terrorism or involvement with al-Qaeda, with many detainees held without trial. Since 2014, the U.S., in violation of the United Nations Charter and international laws, continues to illegally occupy territory in Syria. The U.S. government has cited the need to maintain a military presence in Syria to combat terrorism and protect regional stability. The U.S. maintains a network of military bases and installations around the world. It's important to note that the nature and legality of U.S. military interventions, invasions and occupations can vary, and they may be subject to criticism, debate, and controversy. Additionally, the United States has also been involved in diplomatic and humanitarian efforts in many countries around the world, which may not involve military occupation. The end.
I hope you found this story entertaining and informative. In closing, I will end this tale with a quote from an American economist and statistician, Milton Friedman. "The government solution to a problem is usually as bad as the problem.